Hello, welcome. We're at part 3 of Dreambound. We're walking home from school. Let's go. The air outside was still warm, and the sun beat down on their faces. The smell of late spring gently soared with the wind. Each step felt like it took great effort. As Noah gripped onto his chest, he wondered if he was starting to get sick. Need something to break the ice. Kane doesn't look like he's going to say anything. Think, brain, think. So, what kind of things are you into? Noah stood between Kane and August, but all of his attention was directed at the newcomer. I don't really think I'm into anything very interesting. Your hobby is way cooler. We've moved around so much. I never got into any clubs or anything, but I do like reading and taking photos. That's cool. I like reading too. Since when? Since always, Kane. I can't remember the last time I saw you pick up a book. I do have a life outside of when you see me, you know. What, really? He feigned shock, but Noah just rolled his eyes and looked back towards August. He was laughing at their antics. You two are really good friends, huh? I'm probably the only person who can put up with him. I'd say it's the other way around. Maybe we should have walked home without you. We'd all be walking the same way anyway. That'd be a little awkward. Whatever. I do like reading, so that's cool. And you like taking photos too? Yeah, my dad's been teaching me a little. Cool. I didn't realize you were so into photography too, Noah. Will you just shut up already? To be honest, I'm nowhere near as good as my dad is. Anyway, it's a little embarrassing when you're talking about me. What about you, Kane? Me? He's only interested in good food and his own looks. Hey, tell me I'm wrong. I like cooking, and just because I use moisturizer doesn't mean I'm obsessed with myself. Who uses moisturizer? Don't worry, I do too. Well, I guess it's not that bad. Maybe I should try it. Oh, yeah. Change your tune for the new boy. The look on Kane's face. Treachery. You already have such clear skin. You really are lucky. No, I think yours is a lot nicer. Oh, we can show August the shortcut. Diversion! Kane smiled, interrupting the conversation. Let's stop talking about each other's skin. Oh yeah, good idea. The shortcut? It's easier to show you, but if you take a left up ahead, there's a shortcut through the mountains that leads to behind Noah's house, and yours now. Really? That's amazing. It's not that much shorter, but it's kind of pretty, I guess. Since when did you find nature pretty? Since none of your business. I love the banter between these two. It's just really natural. With a laugh, they made a turn into the greenery and left behind the sounds of civilization. As the sound of traffic dimmed, so too did the sound of the wilderness begin to settle around the trio. August looked around in wonder with wide eyes. It's beautiful. Beautiful. This really is a beautiful town. I'm sure you've lived much cooler places, Then out here, nothing ever happens, nothing ever changes. Well, I've lived in a lot of places, but nothing like this. I'm so jealous you get to see this every single day. Well, we can just walk this way together again, if you want. Not much choice if we're all walking the same way. He almost sounds jealous and almost sounds like he's kind of trying to encourage Noah to really speak to this other boy. Conflicted friend. I love the way he carries his jacket. He doesn't wear it, he carries it. It's a statement. Kane cut into the conversation, taking a few steps to walk ahead of the other two. The ground was uneven, stones that once made up a path unbroken, reclaimed by nature. I did not read that right at all. The ground was uneven, stones that once made up a path, broken and reclaimed by nature. Noah and Kane had traversed this terrain all their lives. August, on the other hand, watched the ground carefully, cautious for anything he could trip on. This ground's a little uneven, so be careful. If you need a hand... Ah! Before Noah could even finish his sentence, August stumbled over a tree root that had forced itself out of the ground. He fell forward, straight towards the edge. With lightning speed, Noah grabbed August's hand and pulled him and quickly pulled him back onto the path. Are you okay? Whew, that was close. I'm fine. I'm totally fine. I should have watched where I was going. Were you not? Were you not watching the ground? Thank you, Noah. What would I have done without you? Not been on the weird back path for starters. It's no big deal, just be more careful. I will. Try, at least. Noah looked down to where his hand was wrapped around August's. It felt warm. Warm and comfortable. Warm and comforting. Well, at least it wasn't cold and clammy. He blinked a few times, staring at the place they had connected. Oh, sorry, I got a little distracted. Noah quickly ripped his hand away and rubbed the back of his neck. That's such a... That's the kind of action that you can just see in the back of your mind, like exactly what he looks like doing that. It's such a classic move of awkwardness. Kane turned away from the scene and continued onwards. August, ever with a smile on his face, raced to catch up. Quick, Noah, before we get left behind. We're nearly there. See that river over there? Whoa, a river as well? Once you reach the river, you know you're nearly home. See over there, through the trees? This really was a shortcut. In the summer, you can swim there too. If I'm here in the summer, then we should go together. He's so cute. Finally, they found themselves in front of their houses. Kane waved the other two off and left quietly, which Noah found unlike him. Noah wanted to say something, but couldn't think of what. Well, see you tomorrow. Do you want to walk to school together tomorrow? Oh, yeah, that would be cool. They're so cute. August smiled at him again, soft and sweet. I'm glad. See you tomorrow, Noah. Noah found himself locked in place as he watched August walk back towards his house. It was only a few minutes later he managed to snap out of it and enter his home. Welcome home, dear. Did you have a good day at school? Yeah, it was alright. Let me take a quick look at your notes. Just want to make sure you're doing your work. I did it. You don't need to check them. I left them at school anyway. Then bring them home tomorrow. Do you understand? Why? Do what your mother tells you to do. His father grunted from the sofa, still wearing a suit from a hard day's work. Noah knew he couldn't argue with either of them. Fine, whatever. Did you notice someone new moved in next door? They both froze up, as if an uncomfortable subject was mentioned. Yes, unfortunately. Are they gonna be like the hoity-toity, like, Stepford neighbourhood that disapproves of the photographer because he's too much of a nomad? Doesn't have a stocks job. Yes, unfortunately. There's a new guy in my class, actually. We walked home together. Noah, you shouldn't be spending time with someone like that. What? Why? Just listen to your mother. But why? He seems nice. My dear, you only have to look at them to realize, well, they don't exactly fit in around here, do they? How to say it? There's no woman in their house. There's no women in their house. I worry they're a little too feminine leading themselves, if the father is anything to go by. What does that mean? It's not a good idea for us, you know, for you to be associated with someone like that. I repeat, what does that mean? I don't know what you're trying to say. The boy's father turned up on our doorstep yesterday. Don't know how someone like him managed to afford a place here, but they obviously don't belong. Photography. Psh. He should be getting a real job. That's right. They don't look like they have the money to be here, so we sent him What? I don't want to be embarrassed in front of the neighbours. These two are a piece of work. He came to say hi and you threw him out? You don't need to put it like that, dear. Why not? If the son's anything like the father, then you're to steer clear of them. Something's not quite right. Wouldn't be surprised if either of them batted for the wrong team, you understand? Oh, now we've got some casual homophobia. Yay! Noah frowned at their words. But, no buts. Ugh. Upset, Noah stormed out of the room. Well, they're decidedly horrible people. God, they make me so angry. Noah dropped his backpack to the floor and pulled out his sketchbook. Filled with anger, he lazily scrawled lines over a blank page. Why do they have to care so much about how they're seen? Maybe I should apologize to them. For some reason, one comment stuck in his head. They think August would like guys? I mean, he doesn't seem like he would. They didn't even meet him. But it wouldn't matter if he did. I wonder if he does. He's in love. His mind kept turning in circles, spinning and spinning, while his pencil dragged harshly along the paper until finally the lead snapped. Oh, prologue is done! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that was just the prologue. Only just got into chapter 1. This is a hefty demo. And, don't breathe right into the microphone. We haven't even gotten to what's most exciting about this game and what they've done with what they've done with it. I'm so excited to get there. Alone. It was an inescapable fact. He was unlovable, detestable, undesirable. Oh, what is that? Oh, it's part of the music. Nothing he did could help him escape that. No matter where he went, those eyes filled with hate would follow him. Their gazes would burn him alive where he stood. Their words would pierce him like blades, stabbing down to his very core. His essence would darken and crumble away into nothingness. You deserved it, they would say. If you'd listened to us, this wouldn't have happened, they would scream. Why couldn't you be normal? A cry would sound. Even here, far beyond those words, far beyond where those words could find him, he would still feel them, in his chest, in his mind, in his heart. You will always be alone. Always. No one else could love you. No one else could put up with you. So just curl up into a ball and die already. Die. Just die. Noah slowly opened his eyes. He still sat in front of his easel. On it, a new canvas, still blank. His eyes darted back towards the painting that had appeared the night before. A nightmare, disgusting, warped, a reflection of a father who would never love his son, who could never love his son. It was beautiful. It was everything he'd ever wished for. He stood from his place, stretching out his sore shoulders. His bones creaked and ached from years of being bent over his work. Absent-mindedly, he picked up the remote and turned on the TV. Background noise. White noise to fill the void where he had been left empty. But for some reason, he found his eyes trained on the screen. We now have permission to share imagery of the strange markings that have been appearing on the bodies of the deceased. On the screen, a man laid with his eyes closed, never to reopen. Vines wrapped around his arms, trailing up his throat, finally growing onto his face. They centered on a flower in the middle of the man's forehead. Beauty in death. This man was found in his home late last night. Previously, his wife was found in the same condition. Police are still investigating whether foul play was involved. The camera zoomed out to show the rest of the man's face. Noah froze. Is it... or is this gonna be his dad? Is it gonna be his dad? Oh. Wife found previous way. New guy found... because it didn't say how the mother died, just that she died. Oh, dream killed. His eyes travelled to his painting, then back to the screen. It is his father. It was his father. There was no doubt about that. Without second thought, Noah jumped to his feet and approached the TV. He held onto it tight, searching for some kind of answer. Was he sad his father was gone? No. But what I saw last night... So far, the police have not shared any leads. We'll keep you updated as the case unfolds. Is it possible? Did he die because of what happened yesterday? But that wasn't really him. Just a shadow in a dream. These words swirled around in his mind, his head, threatening to consume him. Questions surfaced one after another, but he couldn't think of a single answer. He felt as if he was going crazy. I need to talk to someone. Anyone. But who would understand? Who would care? He had no one, after all. You've got Kane! Yeah, Kane! Kane. Noel grimaced at the thought. All he did to push him away. All he did to make him leave, and now he needed him. What did I do with my phone? He searched high and low, put it in the bin. Before remembering, he put it in the bin. With a sigh, he reached in and managed to find it. The old bin phone. At least he switched it off though. Otherwise it would be dead. He switched it on. 11 missed calls from his father. He deleted the records and instead tried to call Kane. Your service has been connected. Please visit us at... Fuck. Noah hung up quickly before slamming his phone down. Bills. It's always bills. The money he'd saved was reaching its end. Fuck. Kane, why aren't you here when I need you? He's probably at work. Of course he is. Noah's eyes glanced towards his front door. For a moment, he wondered. Wondered what life would be like if he had a job. A family that cared. Colleagues, friends, a life. Perhaps a lover, a pet. Before he realized it, his hand was on the doorknob. His palms were sweaty. Mom's spaghetti. And his breath shaky. Probably not mom's spaghetti. That would be an awkward thing to have on your doorknob. I'm not scared. It's not scary. I just hate it. At first, he wasn't scared. He withdrew because he hated it. Hated other people. Hated their fake happiness. Hated that they had futures that were taken from him. He knew they were all liars, cheaters, backstabbers. But now it had been too long. How many years since he last walked in the sunlight? Too many. Still, he turned that doorknob and stepped out into the bright light. A mirage of happiness spread before Noah. Sunlight fell upon his face. In the distance, a dark storm cloud rolled out. He raised his hand to cover his eyes, unused to the light. He thought it would feel good, the sun on his face after so long. But it didn't. It felt wasted on him. His eyes glued to the ground, Noah walked down the sidewalk, careful not to meet anyone's gaze. He wandered and wandered. Every step further from his home, his comfort, making his heart beat even faster. I think I know where Kane works. I should know the way. His uneasy steps continued. A group of teenagers came barreling down the path. He held his breath as they went past, waiting for them to say something to him. Only when they had long passed could he breathe again. He walked, and then he walked some more. Then, just for good measure, walked further. At this point, he was sure he'd been walking in circles. Every street, every shop, every house looked like the last. Even though he knew... He thought he knew where Kane worked, but he didn't. As it turned out, he knew very little about Kane anymore. Overwhelmed with the sights and sounds, he crouched to the ground, covering his face with his arms. At that exact moment, the heavens opened. Noah was torn between staying where he was and running to find cover, but the ends of his legs wouldn't move. Couldn't. They made the decision for him. Stupid. Fuck, why did I leave? If I'd just waited, he would have come over eventually. It's all just a stupid coincidence. My parents' deaths. The markings on my dad's forehead, it means nothing. Kane would just laugh at me if you could see me now. A group of businessmen walked by him, chatting and laughing. Noah couldn't help but look away, embarrassed by himself. Look at him. Do you think he's homeless? That or a druggie. Better stay away. They laughed at him. Wow. It's awful. He thought he was used to those words. Why are all the people in this game awful? But they still hurt. Noah looked up just in time to lock eyes with the one person he was hoping to see. You guys go on ahead. Kane's gonna go buy some drugs. Good luck, man. Wow. Ready. Kane ignored the others and jogged over to where Noah was still crouched on the pavement. He quickly tipped his umbrella to cover Noah. Noah, what are you doing here? What's wrong? Kane, I was looking for you. You should have called. It's just lucky I happened to be walking past. My phone's dead. Didn't pay the bill. Right. Sorry, I should have guessed. My parents are dead. Alright, just drop that out there. What? Kane's face said all the words he couldn't think to say. Noah, I'm sorry. I know you didn't have the best relationship, but how do you feel? About them being dead? Nothing. Even if you hate them, I'm sure you're not feeling nothing right now. Can't even say I hate them. It's been too long. I just burnt out. I don't have the energy to hate them anymore. Noah. With a frown, Kane helped Noah to his feet, brushing off his clothes. Ooh, look at this rain. Hey, that's cool. Man, this game just looks so amazing. Let me walk you home. We can talk on the way, okay? Noah nodded, unsure of where to start. It's not just about them being dead, it's how they died. This might sound crazy, but ooh. The world collapsed around them. And as they disappeared... What? Someone else stepped into the place they'd just been. Ooh, what? Ooh. Hey, that's a sus tattoo. Sassy. Oh, oopsie. Oopsie. Backtrack. Oh! Oh, something got... Oh, no. Falling. Oh! Oh! What is happening? Oh, that effect. That effect is just so cool. That familiar feeling that could be felt in the pit of Noah's stomach. That feeling he hated. Just when he thought he'd be stuck in that limbo forever, he suddenly stopped. Fields rolled on for miles and miles. A landscape that, while entirely natural... Ooh, did he bring Kane with him this time? Hey, well, this is not the dreary death land that he was in last time. A landscape that, while entirely natural, looked anything but. Noah stood up from the grass. Beside him, Cain did the same. What the? Where are we? Cain's eyes were wide as he searched around the landscape for anything he could recognize. Of course, he couldn't find anything, because this wasn't a place he'd ever been before. It was far removed from the reality Cain knew. This is... Before Noah could begin to explain, his arm was suddenly ripped from his side and shoved roughly behind his back. Did you just get arrested? 2 clicks sounded, and they were locked behind him. Kingdom? What? Trespassers this far into the kingdom? We best throw them straight into jail. If the king finds out, he'll be furious. Jail? King? I think you've misunderstood. We're just... Silence! A guard pushed him forward, causing Cain to stumble. No one noticed his arms were also handcuffed behind his back. We're not from here. This is a mistake. Shut up, vermin. Noah, start explaining. We're inside someone's dream. Have you eaten something funny? Look, I know I sound insane, but just look around you. Do you really think I'm lying? Do you think I have the energy to lie to you right now? You brought us here? No, I didn't, and that's what I'm so confused about. I don't want to be here. I wouldn't choose to come here, but lately I've been dragged into dreams repeatedly without choice. Never used to happen like this. Cain's face has long since drained of color. The guards continue to march forward. So someone's having a very confusing dream right now. Like, who are these guys? The guards continued to march forward, pushing them towards the castle. They ignored the words of the men dressed in strange clothing, deciding they were obviously crazy. By it never used to happen like this. You mean... Ever since we were in high school, I've been able to do it. To enter dreams. How? Why? I don't know. I have no clue. Why didn't you tell me? Why do I have to tell you everything? Cain looked away, hurt by his words. How do we leave? You can leave once the dreamer is happy for you to leave. Then what do we do? What happens if they're not happy? Then they wake up and we... I don't know... die, I guess. Which wouldn't be the worst thing to happen. Noah, I'm not going to die in a place like this. Then we better work out whose dream this is. Well, maybe if my arms weren't handcuffed. Hey, let us go. They marched Cain and Noah into the castle as the two struggled against their captors. The corridors twisted and turned, filled with darkness and stale air. Their footsteps echoed through the empty space as they walked between sets of bars. Noah glanced from cell to cell, and the people moved, skulking about in the shadows, tracking their movements. In others, Noah would have been surprised if the inmates weren't already long dead, skin hung from their bodies, much too scrawny to support their lives any longer. They laid in their cells, unmoving. Noah, this doesn't feel like a dream. This feels real. Because we're actually here. Our bodies aren't in the real world anymore, so it's not just mind-hopping. He's like physically transporting himself into people's dreams. Oh, that's fucked up. So I guess at least they're not just randomly lying on the side of the road in the rain unconscious, because that would be uncomfortable and awkward for them. The guards finally stopped their march, pulling on Cain and Noah's handcuffs. The metal bit into their wrists, leaving dark, deep red marks that ached. Go ahead and rot in there. Oh my god, my guard voice. The handcuffs fell from their wrists with a click, and their backs were shoved hard with a blunt object. The hilt of a sword, Noah guessed. Okay, so who's having medieval dreams? This is a weird dream to have. They stumbled forward, landing in a cell. The bars were swiftly slammed behind them, and the door locked with a key. Hey, don't we get a trial or something? Don't ignore me. Hey, come back here. Crap. Behind them, they hung the keys from a hook just out of reach of the cell, as if to tease them with freedom. Shit. Noah, this isn't good. You don't say. Noah cast his eyes around the cell until they came into contact with something. What was that? No, not something. Someone. A man sat leaning against the stone wall, chains keeping him from moving. Every cell in Noah's body froze. Not him. Why does it have to be him? Cain's eyes followed Noah's before they settled on the man. No! Is that Mr. Floyd? No, not the hot teacher. Why? Why is? Oh, I guess that makes much more sense. Why he's having a medieval dream of his teacher? Why? Sure looks like it. So, is it his dream? Probably. Oh no, that's not fair. Don't kill the hot teacher. Do you want me to? I'll handle it. Wait. Before either of us do any handling, can we talk for a minute? Sure, because we have time to spare. Just a minute, please. Noah crossed his arms, waiting for the questions to start. Why were we pulled in here out of nowhere? I have no clue. Like I said, it's never happened like this before. Every other time, it was by choice. Which makes yesterday even stranger. What about yesterday? Noah weighed it up in his mind, wondering whether he should tell Cain or not. Eventually, he decided to tell him the truth. I stopped coming into dreams years ago. Then, yesterday, just like this, I was pulled into one. It was my father's dream, I think. And I saw him get shot. Then this morning, he turned up dead. What? His eyes went wide. Are they connected? I don't know. Maybe. Those markings that have been appearing. People dying in dreams. That's what I came to talk to you about. Anyway, let's just work on getting out of here, okay? Kane nodded in response. Noah slowly approached the man, one step at a time. Eventually, he looked up from the ground and stared at Noah. Noah? Noah flinched. Of all the people, he'd wished to see this man the least. Mr. Floyd, we need to get you out of here. Out? No, can't leave, won't leave. Too scared. There's nothing to be scared about. This is a dream. You have the ability to alter it as you will. Come on, let's go. No, I can't. Fine. What are you scared of? The shadowy figure. He has a gun. Alarm bells rang in Noah's mind. He looked back towards Kane, who was already frowning. No one's going to hurt you. He shook as if he was going to burst into tears at any moment. Noah sighed. Looks like I have to do this the hard way. Then let me help you. You'll help me? After everything? Yes. Just stay there while I work out how to get you unbolted. Then we'll leave together. Wait, no. I want to Noah turned his back, uninterested in where the conversation was going. Oh, okay, so what happened with the teacher? Whatever happened to make Noah so emo has clearly got something to do with the teacher then. What has happened? What trauma has this boy suffered? Don't have any use for your apologies. If it were up to me, I would leave you here to rot. But Kane doesn't deserve to share that fate. Oh, what has the hot teacher done? Get him unbolted, get the door unlocked. This should be interesting. What do? We get him out of here. Then we'll be able to leave. You make that sound way too easy. Oh, it won't be. We're in a hurry too, if he wakes up. Right, let's look around. Escape! Okay. I have no idea how much longer this demo has, but this is a bit that I'm super excited about. Because this has an escape room component to it. We've got to find our way out. So, it's got the same kind of parallax. It's got the same kind of parallax. Okay, let's see. Dubious bucket. Kane. There really is no way to get around looking at it, is there? Holding his nose, Noah peered over the edge of the bucket. A murky liquid sat still inside. There is absolutely no way I'm putting my hand in there. Well, I dibs not. Dibs. Everyone knows about the intergalactic dibs protocol. How old are you? Last time I checked, 24. Me being hilarious aside, do you really think there would be something hidden in there? I wouldn't put it past him. Why don't we leave this as the last resort? Yeah, probably a good idea. Unless you'd rather stick your hand in there. No, let's leave this for now. Oh, what happens if I click it again? Why did he have to dream about Down to the detail like this. A sniffle came from behind and Noah tried his best to ignore it. Oh, that's funny. Let's see. Box with buttons. What's this? What's that on the front? Noah turned the hexagon shaped knobs, but nothing seemed to happen. Looks like it's missing a button. Probably no point messing with it until we can fix it. Let's try the bed. With an unsteady heart, Noah looked towards the large bed that sat in the center of the room. Pretty much what I expected a medieval prison bed to look like. Guess I'll check it, just in case. I'm not too excited about digging through someone's used bedding, though. Want me to do it? Noah blinked in surprise for a moment before nodding. It was Kane he was with, after all. He had always been the kind of person who would happily take the jobs no one else wanted to do. Except for the bucket. Dibs not the bucket. Doesn't seem to be much there. In the pillow? He felt through the pillowcase, eyes going wide. Nice thinking. He pulled something out, small and metallic. A screwdriver? How did he get this in here anyway? Probably watched one too many TV shows and thinks everyone has a screwdriver hidden in their cell. Well, that works for me. Hopefully he dreamt up somewhere we can use the thing too. Kane quickly handed the screwdriver over to Noah, his hand lingering on the other man's for just a moment before he pulled back. Oh, I hold in hands. What else do we have? Oh. Bedside table, ball and chains. Oh, what? There's an inventory. Oh, I didn't even notice that back out there. Oh, we can select things. Buzz. Let's look at bedside table first. Stanley Proud. Is that standing meant to be standing? Standing proudly next to the worn bed was a wooden bedside table. On top, a small candle bolted to the surface. Ooh, can we use a screwdriver to get that off? Noah approached it carefully before reaching down to touch the surface. Clean. What's in the drawer? Let's find out, shall we? Grabbing onto the handle, Noah pulled gently, but it refused to budge. I think it's locked. What kind of prison lets their prisoners have a locked drawer? This one, apparently. I suppose anything's fair game in a dream. Let's find something to unlock it. Noah turned to the chained up man still stuck to the wall, but he refused to look back at him. Hey, what's in here? Just leave him. He obviously doesn't want to talk to us. It's ball and chain. 2 metal balls hung from the ceiling motionlessly, without even a breeze to see them sway. In a far-off cell, someone dragged their life-deprived body over the hard stone ground, slowed by the ball and chain strapped to their ankles. They collapse. The last light in the... Okay, someone just died. The last light in their eyes finally disappearing. Maybe this is where I belong. Oh my goodness. Stop being so emo. What's this? How do I... Oh, there it is. Wall engraving. Noah knelt to the ground by the wall, peering at something that had been scratched into the stone. there's something here. Let me take a look. Kneeling down beside Noah's side, he glanced at the numbers on the wall. What exactly is that supposed to mean? Good question. Let's keep this in mind. It's gonna be some kind of combination. God. Please don't make me do maths. This better not be some sort of weird-ass maths equation, or I'm gonna die. Oh. Puzzle. Close. Oh, you can get hints as well. We have a screwdriver. So let's try the bedside table. I wonder if we can force the drawer open. Here. Let me have a try. Ian quickly took the screwdriver and went to work, but no matter how much he tried, it refused to budge. Jesus, what's that drawer made out of? I suppose he dreamt up a specific way to open it. Nothing else will work. Fine, let's keep looking. What? Bars. The sound of gentle dripping came from somewhere down the corridor. From some far off corner of the prison. Whether it was water or something else, no one would ever know. Noah stared down at the screwdriver in his hand, feeling the weight in his palm. What are you thinking? You still good at sport? Noah, the last time I did any sport was years ago. Right. You want to throw the screwdriver and hope you knock down the keys? Honestly, I don't know what I was thinking. You might need the screwdriver somewhere else. If it comes down to it, I'll give it a shot later, okay? Oh, I read that not out loud. I doubt he would have hidden anything within the bed frame. Probably not worth taking it apart. Well, if we get stuck, we could always try it. Let's keep it as a last resort. I don't want to touch that thing. Noah knelt down by the engravings again, his thumb passing over the indents. You would think a teacher would know not to vandalize things. He probably sat here and chipped away at the wall with the screwdriver slowly over time. Or was it already here and the dream started? Who knows? It's been a long time since I saw him last. Yeah, me too. I wonder if he still teaches. I heard he quit after, you know. You can just say it, after he was fired because of me. Wasn't your fault. He started it with what he did. Oh, he got what he deserved. Oh, what did he do? Do you ever wish something worse happened to him? Always. Noah. You know, you never told me what he said to your parents. It doesn't matter anymore. Oh! Oh, what's happened? Okay. Dubious bucket. Rotating the box, Noah carefully checked for anything suspicious. Nothing. Could at least have you could at least have imagined these puzzles a little more easily cheated. Wouldn't that be nice? we've already... That shows the same thing. The ball and chain of the screwdriver? Wonder if I could take down these weights. What for? If all else fails, we could just break down the wall. It's all a last resort. Let's leave that as a last resort. I don't want you to hurt yourself. Clear selection. Month-old sweat marks littered the dirty bedding, soon to be lost into the abyss between dreams, destined to only ever hold one. That's probably a good thing too. Next time, dream up a cleaner bed. Nothing, don't worry about it. Decided to dig around in his bedding after all? No. I think I'll leave that to the experts, namely you. Oh, this is really... Okay, we can do hints. Outside the bars, various voices could be heard. Some were barely more than whispers, fleeting words never to be discovered. Others were screams and shouts, the sound of those never to be released begging for freedom. Even if these people aren't real, this isn't right. Unless you feel like staying here with them, we need to get out of here. That's all well and good to say, but there's a thick set of bars stopping us from leaving. Oi! Be quiet in there! A guard walked past, bashing the hilt of his sword against the metal bars. Noah and Kane jump back in surprise. Seeing someone with a sword wasn't on my bingo card for the day. Just outside the bars, the keys hung on a hook by a rope, out of reach. The rope tailed down to the ground, begging to be pulled on. The keys are hanging right there. If we could just reach them. From this far away? Maybe there's something in here we could use to grab it. I suppose it'll be more difficult than that, though. Hey, what's that? Kane pointed towards the ground outside of the bars, where a piece of paper sat. That wasn't there before. Quickly, grab it! Looking back and forth, quickly for any more guards, Noah peered at the paper that had dropped outside the cell. Stretching his arms between the metal bars, Noah reached out far enough to touch it with his fingertips. Kane watched over his shoulders, inspecting the newly acquired item. It's a schedule? Looks like it. Seven till 1, 4 till 8, 2 till 6, 1 till 7. Is this here just a cup stain? Or does it match the direction that our moon has to go? But who knows what time it is now anyway? Maybe it means something. I just hope the guards won't be breathing down our necks while we're trying to, escape. Beyond the barrier, keeping the three inside the cell from freedom, a hollow noise sounded, metallic in nature. A shiver ran down Noah's neck as it echoed through the prison, the source unknown. Yeah. For now, let's just take another look around. Keep expecting that bowl to do something. Oh, the dubious bucket again. 7:46. And that's the same. The clinking of metal on metal continued in the background, ever present. Somewhere in this prison, a whip dug into the flesh of an inmate. Their scream was inaudible. Bucket. And that's the same as well. Let's see. What now? Nothing, it's just a hunch, but I feel like these numbers are related to the ones in the schedule. Do you think? How? I haven't worked that part out yet. Let's see. Oh. Kane stared down at the piece of paper in his hands. His eyes followed the letters closely. So strange, isn't it? What is? These names, these people, they're not even real, but they still exist here. I can't wrap my head around it. You get used to it. But sometimes, even I can't tell the difference between what's real or fake. Hey, Noah? Yeah? Have you ever... Maybe it doesn't matter. Just spit it out already. Have you ever seen anyone you know here? Not for a long time. Sorry. The room outside the cell was dark and musty. The smell of moss, like long-forgotten secrets, drifted in through the air. There was something else, something more sinister, but Noah decided against taking notice of it. He looked down at the paper in his hand, skeptical. No use throwing it back out there, I suppose. Just clicking on random things, I don't know what to do. Noah held onto the guard's schedule tightly. Okay. Well, all the things that I'm like just randomly clicking on it that give me either different options or the same options. And this is an incredible feat of both writing and programming. Like, this is incredible. I'm very puzzle dumb, but this is really cool. I could use the hint, and I will if I get really stuck, because we're already at an hour here. But I feel like we're like close to the end of the demo. If we can get out, can we get out? Noah held onto the guard's schedule tightly, the feeling of the dry old paper foreign against his palm as he stared down at the bed yet again. Nothing more than a falsehood, a fake. The feeling wasn't real, yet it was. None of it's real. I just wonder which world is more fake in the end. Why is the bed making him so emo? Dubious bucket. So, Noah. What? Kane balled up the piece of paper in his hand. A habit of his when he became anxious about something. I was just thinking, you know. No, I don't know. I was just thinking that it's nice to see you a little more active. What's that supposed to mean? I just mean that this is the first time you've left your house in how long? And that's none of your business. I'm just happy, alright? I wanted this for you for so long. For me to be stuck in a prison, chatting over a dirty bucket? Well, not exactly. Still, it's a step in the right direction. Yeah, whatever. I didn't have a choice this time, but I won't be doing this again. But why not? I don't want to move on. Noah, I'm not saying you have to move on completely and forget about him, but I said I don't want to. Right. Did we try the screwdriver in the bucket? Aha! With his screwdriver in one hand and his will to live very quickly diminishing, Noah turned towards the bucket. I guess there's no choice. What's the plan here? Unscrew it? And let the contents spill all over the floor? No. I'm just gonna check if there's actually anything in there. The screwdriver dipped into the murky water, deeper and deeper, until it hit something with a soft twang. There's something in there. Oh? But I'm still not sticking my bare hand in that thing. I don't know what's in there. Think I could take a guess? Please don't. Okay, so there's definitely something. There's something. The other piece of... Oh. Yeah, that's not what I want to do. Clear selection. There's... The other part of the puzzle. There's got to be another part of this puzzle here. And it's got to be in the bucket. I don't know what else to do. Pillow? No. I've already been through this. This bucket's not doing anything. This isn't doing anything. Let's try this again. Seeing the guard scheduled down on the bedside table, Noah glanced around the room. This dream really does suck. Of all the ones to be forced into. I thought you said they were all bad. They are, but this one's particularly bad. Oh, really? What? It's a drawer? No, it's all the same. Okay. I am defeated. I need to click the hint. What? So what, I have to actually do something with these first? Can find the directions you meant to turn the hexagon into the drawer. Check the hint button again for another hint. Yeah, okay, but... Ever-present, someone in the prison. Still can't get that out. Force the drawer open. Can't open it with the screwdriver. No. How do I... I've seen all that before. I don't know what else to click on, god damn it. Strange. in the drawer, but how do I get the drawer open? Oh. They reset? Every time? They do reset every time. Let's see. Each column of arrows in the drawer corresponds to a hexagon. Click the hint button again for the answer. How do I get the drawer open though? This again? The murmuring of voices continued relentlessly outside the bars. Nothing more than murmurings belong to those soon to be forgotten. Doesn't change. 10. See, there's another moon. How do I get the other moon? Do I have to click the screwdriver again? This... sound of gentle dripping came from the hallway. I've done that one for well. I think we're going to end part 3 here, and I'm going to attempt again to get out of this place in the next part. So join me for part 4 as I try to escape a dream dungeon, probably finish the demo, and cry. Bye.